Welcome, everybody. It is Saturday morning. If it's Saturday morning and it's past January, then you know it's time for Jim Rats with myself. I'm going to be your host today. XFL Jim, he's gone. I don't mean he's dead. He's still alive. He's just not here today. I'm going to be your host today. Chase, the Wolf of Oaklawn. He's gone. He's gone, children. He's no longer our concern. Joining me, you know him as the man, the myth, the uncle, Erik, Etoff 21 Sports, a.k.a. Uncle Rico. What's going on?
Nothing, man. What's going on with you, dude?
Not a lot. It's we've had such like different schedules and things going on in our life that it's nice when I'm able to actually get in here and spend time with you, you know?
Dude, I'm not gonna lie. I am like fucking obsessed with this Nancy Guthrie shit, dude.
Are you?
Oh my god, dude. Like I just got an alert that said 3 people were detained, another one shot himself in the head during a SWAT operation tied to the Nancy Guthrie investigation.
Holy, I hadn't seen any of that. That's crazy.
Dude, I'm gonna have to fucking lock it in, dude. Like, what the fuck?
Sounds like they sent in SEAL Team 6. All right, we've already got folks popping off in the chat here. Let's make some money pointing out the Michigan.
Dude, anytime a team, this is why I don't listen to announcers. Like, the announcer in that game was talking about how Wisconsin can beat anyone if they play like this. Well, no shit, dude. They shot 50% from deep, dude. Anyone can beat anyone if they shoot 50% from deep. You know, it's just like...
Yeah. It just, when you run into a team that's not missing shots, it's pretty hard to beat them most of the time.
Yeah.
All right. You ready to dive into this college basketball slate? You got any just thoughts about this weekend or anything that's gone on this week with college hoops?
Maryland has turned into my favorite team, dude. I hit them Sunday at plus 360. I hit them Wednesday at plus 500. The Maryland Terps and the Fighting Buzz Williams have slowly turned into my favorite team on the betting docket, if you will.
I love Buzz because he's really he was next level with the hair plugs, because he was shiny bald and then he came back with hair. So I applaud that game.
Sauna. It's like a fucking sauna when you go there. Like, he sweats so fucking much during these games. It is hilarious watching him just go through clothes, dude.
Well, let's get into today's games. We've got a couple at 11. I've got one. You've got 2. So why don't you give me your first one?
I'm going to go to Clemson. They're getting 12.5 versus the Blue Devils of Duke. I think it's a strong bounce back spot. Classic situational play. They're a bit of a look ahead early in this week. And now the big thing with Duke is Patrick Nyonjum, whose name I just butchered. He is out. He's gone for the season. That really matters here. It hurts Duke on the glass, puts even more pressure on Boozer, and I think that's just going to be way too much for them against this Clemson team, which is pretty good on the glass. Clemson ranks 16th nationally in adjusted defensive efficiency per KenPom, allowing just 95.5 points per 100 possessions. Duke's offense is elite, but Clemson's ability to slow down limits potential blowout. The Tigers play at one of the slowest tempos in the country, which neutralizes and compresses margins and makes covering double digits difficult. Add in the fact that Brad Bronwell, the Clemson coach, has been profitable as an underdog throughout his career, especially when catching 8 or more points. This sets up for a great spot. I like Clemson to grind this out and keep it within double digits.
All I got to say about that.
Ooh. Oh, yes.
Because Uncle Rico, my play here at 11 o'clock is actually going to be Clemson, and I managed to get them at like 5 o'clock this morning at 13.5. So that line's already moving. So I got Clemson 13.5. I thought Duke and Clemson were just a little bit more evenly matched than people thought. Both are pretty stout on defense, which made me think that the under was the play. But if you look at Clemson's 10 road games, they're 7-3 ATS. So I think you take the shot with Clemson here on the road, getting the points. I got 13.5. You'll probably have to pay a little bit of juice to get it there now, but I still like it at 12.5. Uncle Rico, you got one more.
Yeah, I got one. I am going to Oklahoma State here on the money line, minus 120 against the Horned Frogs. I'm just going to be fading TCU here, coming off the biggest win the program has had in a couple of years, emotional wins, set up for a letdown. They just beat Iowa State at home. Now they're going to walk into Gallagher. Iba Arena, which is a major edge for Oklahoma State. The Cowboys 13-2 at home this season, consistently play their best basketball in Stillwater. TCU, on the other hand, has struggled on the road. We faded them a couple weeks ago when they were road favorites against Utah. Kind of got blown off the court there. From an efficiency standpoint, Oklahoma State has the edge offensively, plays at a faster tempo, which allows them to dictate the game on their home floor. Adding the revenge angle from earlier meeting on a short price, I'll definitely take Oklahoma State to win this game outright.
Well, there we go. That wraps up the 11 o'clock slate. I've got one at the weird time, 11:45 a.m. UCLA taking on Michigan. By the way, if you're new to the show, all these times are what we call God's time or Central Time Zone. But 11:45 Central, UCLA at Michigan. I'm going to take the under in this game. I'm going to be an unders taker here and go under 152.5. Michigan seems to take away what UCLA does best, and both teams are pretty good on the defensive glass, which makes me think they're going to limit possessions to one look at the basket per trip. And I do think that Michigan is capable of beating that ass, but I think the points are at a premium here. And both of these teams have a tendency to go under and have hit the under 6 out of the last 10 games. So the under to me seems to be the play at 152 and a half. Sports Facts chiming in. He thinks UCLA is live here. I mean, this would be about the time that Michigan gets upset. You have any thoughts on this one?
No, I contemplated UCLA. I have a list of teams I'm looking to bet live today. UCLA, Iowa State, NC State. Those are kind of like my live watches to try to get a better live number for them.
Well, there we go. That wraps.
I don't know if UCLA can hang on the rebounding thing. Sorry.
We'll see. Michigan's tough inside. That's for sure. But if we can get some defensive rebounding out of UCLA, I think that this game goes under. That wraps up the weird time, 11:45. Moving to noon Central. I got two games here. I'm looking at Kansas and Iowa State, and I'm taking Kansas plus 250 on the money line here. I know that they're playing this game at Hilton and Ames, and that Hilton magic is a real thing. But this Kansas team has looked extremely strong as of late, and Darren Peterson has really turned it on and is scoring around 21 a game. He'll have to keep that trend going on the road, but I think you go ahead and you take the swing with the Jayhawks. I think they're a lot more evenly matched with Kansas and Iowa State. I'm going to be really disappointed if he's not playing their Sports Facts. I haven't seen any reason why he's not, but I might be wrong. Uncle Rico, am I wrong?
He set out the Arizona game with cramps. So I've never seen a kid I have never seen someone this goddamn good at basketball just not like to play basketball.
Yeah, that's handy. All right, I've got one more at the noon hour. Texas A&M at Vanderbilt. I'm going Texas A&M plus 6.5. This was going to be an easy for me, Vanderbilt at home to cover, but then I took a deeper look at this game, and Texas A&M's performance against the spread as a dog and on the road made me want to take A&M and the points here. So wrapping up my 12 o'clock hour.
That's something that we talked about earlier. Like, we like to take Texas A&M as a dog and then fade them when they're a favorite. That's just how they profile out with Buckyball.
Gotta love Buckyball. You're on board with Buckyball, aren't you?
I'm pro Buckyball. Buckyball's made me some money this year. I'm pro Buckyball.
Here we go. Well, Uncle Rico, you've got two games at the 1 o'clock slot. Go ahead. What do you got?
First game, I'm taking the Seminoles. Look, I'm fading Vatek after the big win over Clemson. Feels like a classical emotional peak. This Virginia team has shown the tendency to follow up strong performances, flat efforts, especially against opponents they should handle comfortably. This is a team that lives on the bubble every single year. Florida State has been playing better basketball recently and is starting to look more comfortable in the new system. They also have a clear edge on the glass, which should lead to extra possessions, some second chance points. With Virginia Tech playing at a slower tempo, sets up perfectly for a low possession game. And in those types of games, it's difficult for favorites to cover the spread, especially when the other team has a matchup on the glass. I'll take Florida State here plus the points.
Going with the Seminoles. My favorite Arkansas player this year is a Seminole transfer. Malik Ewan. Love that kid. So smooth in the post. Silky smooth. And you had one more at 1 o'clock, right? Or did you already?
I have one more at 1. I'm going up to the Carrier Dome. Give me the orange, Syracuse, orange, plus 2.5 against the Mustangs of SMU. Strong underdog spot for the orange. They've been excellent at home this series, and the Dome continues to be a different place for visiting teams to get comfortable. SMU is the better team on paper, but their road performance has often been tighter than expected. Advanced metrics suggest this game could be closer than the spread, especially once you factor in the home court advantage. Both teams play at a moderate slow pace, which again limits possession and favors the team catching points. I like Syracuse here to stay within the number. Real chance to win this one outright.
Before we got in here and got started, I was watching one of my favorite 30 for 30s, Requiem for the Big East, talking about the Big East in the 80s and Bayheim and the Syracuse and Georgetown with Patrick Ewing and shit. It was a special time for Eastern basketball.
Okay. Yeah. I remember those Big East Mondays, dude. Those were the days, dude. Those Big East Mondays back in the day when we were growing up.
Yeah.
Fights in the games, but now, you have the best player in the country as a freshman, just doesn't want to play basketball. So that's fine.
Well, I've got a game moving on to the 2:00 slot. Kentucky at Florida. I'm taking Florida minus 12.5. This is a system play for me, which is fuck Kentucky forever. Besides that, I do think that this Florida team is kind of on a roll, and they're stable of 7-foot white boys. They have like 54 feet of white boy on that team. I think they're really heating up. The other night, they might have some negative shooting regression because they really shot the lights out against Georgia. I think they just might be that hot, though. So I'm taking Florida to cover the big number because, as I like to say, fuck Kentucky.
I mean, if I like their guard play more, I would definitely put a future on Florida to win it all. I just can't get there with their guard play, dude. I just literally can't get there with their guard play.
What's the kid's name? Like Xavier Lee or something?
Xavier Lee and Boogie.
Yeah. Boogie saw the writing on the wall at Arkansas that Darius Acuff was coming, and it was time to get the hell out of town because he was going to be on the bench. All right.
The bench. No love.
No love for Boogie. Uncle Rico, we move on to the 3:00 slot. You've got to play here at 3.
Yep.
I've got to play here at 3. Go ahead.
I took the Baylor Bears here. I got them at 7.5. I sprinkled a little bit on the money line plus 250. I just think it's a weird scheduling spot for Louisville. They're coming off a massive 40-point win over NC State. Shot lights out from 3. What was it? 60% from 3. Their last 2 games, they are shooting 51% from 3, and their opponents are shooting 25%. That type of shooting performance is extremely difficult to replicate. Regression is coming. Meanwhile, their opponents should be expected to shoot better, 25% from deep. Baylor, meanwhile, desperate for a win. Urgency matters this in the season. The Bears have one of the most efficient offenses in the country, can score with anyone, which helps create more competitive games. While the game is technically a neutral site, this is just 90 minutes from Baylor's campus. So there's going to be more Bears fans there with a slower tempo, shooting regression expected on the Louisville side. I'll gladly take Baylor here plus the points and on the money line.
Well, Uncle Rico, we are in the same game here, but all I got to say is... Whoa. Ooh. We're on opposite sides, sir. Whoa. Louisville minus the 6.5. I'm going to be honest. I hate this Louisville team. I don't feel like you ever really know what you're going to get. But I'm going to pick Louisville to win with margin on the road. They don't have the best record against the spread, but Baylor has a bad record against the spread. And if we're calling it a home game, they're 5-8 against the spread, even though I know it's at a neutral site. Close enough to be a home game. Yeah.
So it can land on 7, and we both win because I got the 7.5.
Oh, I like it. That's the dream scenario where we can all put something together. That's the 3:00 slot. Move on. Uncle Rico, you've got your last play of the day coming at 4:00. I've still got all sorts of bullets in the chamber. But go ahead.
Last one of the day. To me, this is just a spot on the board. I'll take the Iowa Hawkeyes here plus 2.5 against Purdue. I'm fading Purdue coming off an overtime win over Nebraska. They have a game against Michigan on deck. Classic sandwich spot for Iowa, who's in a bounce back situation coming off 6 days rest where they lost to Maryland at home. Iowa's been efficient on the defensive end at home, one of the best teams in the country, allowing 63.8 points per game at home, 8th best. Purdue has struggled to cover these spreads as a favorite this season, especially the season. Everything lines up, rest advantage, defensive edge, situational value. To me, this is just too good to pass up. I'll take Iowa here plus the 2.5 points at home.
We're back on the same track, Uncle Rico here, because Purdue, Iowa, I'm going Iowa plus 125 on the money line. I'm also going to play the under in this game, 142.5. System play for me on the money line. You've got a home dog, less than a bucket, getting plus money. I'm going to bet that on the money line almost every single time. Both these teams pretty stout on defense, not allowing many points per game. I think you have to take the shot at the under. Purdue this season 11-13 with overs and unders, and they're 3-8 to the under with road games. Iowa on a streak of hitting the over 5 straight games, and I think it's time to take the shot to break that streak. Just sometimes the best money in gambling comes from betting against streaks, and that's kind of what I'm doing here with Iowa. So I'm dropping them off. 5:30 p.m. I'm gonna hit these ones I've got left pretty quick. 5:30 Texas Tech, Arizona. I'm taking Texas Tech plus 9.5. I mean, Arizona is by far like the class of the field in this season, but I think that Tech is good enough to keep this within the 9.5. I expect JT Toppin to keep Tech in this game with the big scoring effort, but more importantly, strong game on the glass. I mean, he's averaging a double-double so far this season, and he'll need it here. If you're going to beat Arizona against the spread, it's going to be at home where they're only 6-1. Surprisingly, you would expect them to cover with the big numbers that they put up. So I got Tech plus 9.5.
I almost took Tech here. Like, this was the last one on the cutting board. I feel Tech's coach, whose name I'm spacing on, I just feel it's just you got to respect him. He's a good coach. And Tech, they should be able to make enough from 3 to hang with everything.
We've got I missed a bunch in the chat here. Old man betting sport. He's a real one. I like him. He says he loves Iowa in that spot. Let's make some money. He's on the Iowa-Oklahoma State money line parlay. I hate the Lakers, loves Texas Tech. Whew. And there we go. Sprinkle that money line, big boy, with Texas Tech. I don't know if I'm that bold. I don't know if that Arizona is pretty good.
Arizona's not battle tested. Like, the first game they were battle tested against Kansas, they welted. Now, granted, I mean, like, some shows will bitch about calls, but is what it is, and yeah.
I feel more comfortable taking shots with teams like Texas Tech whenever you have a player like Toppin who can just kind of take a game over whenever he needs to. Like, those are the teams that I really love down the stretch, especially in the tournament, where they have like one guy that you can just go to and run the offense through. And I think that's kind of what they have with JT Toppin.
Yeah.
7:30 p.m. Auburn at Arkansas. Arkansas looking to get some revenge here. And I say they do it and they cover the 8.5. System play for me, Uncle Rico. It's the dirty homer play here. But all of that, sure. But I think that Arkansas's shooting is going to carry them to winning this game with margin. Arkansas is 16-8 this season against the spread, and they're 9-4 at home against the spread. They get Auburn at home today. So
Auburn's not the Auburn. I mean, it's like huge. Like, what Pearl did to force the kid to be the coach, just criminal.
Yeah.
And it's just, it is what it is with them. So, like, it's just they're just not that good, and like, great spot to fade them in my eyes too.
I've decided that the whole Pearl family is slimy. That they're all dirty somehow. Uncle Rico, I've got one game left. It's late. It's on the West Coast. It's Gonzaga at Santa Clara. I'm taking Santa Clara plus the 4.5, and I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to do a little sprinkle on the money line with Santa Clara here. There might not be a hotter team in this country than Santa Clara. They've won their last 9 in a row with 5 of those at home. They're undefeated at home this season. They're also 8-4 ATS at home this season, 7-3 in their last 10 against the spread. And This and the stat splits are telling me that if you take the swing at Santa Clara here, that you might have a good result. They're a good offensive rebounding team, and they force a good amount of turnovers. Last time I faded Gonzaga, it was against St. Mary's. I think that you take the shot with Santa Clara. Do you have any thoughts on Gonzaga? It seems like you never really see them this season.
No. I mean, I think they got blown out by Michigan. I think they're a Sweet 16 Elite 8 ceiling team. That's it. I mean, it is what it is with them.
It is. Well, hopefully Santa Clara can nut up and win this game. We are at the portion of the show where we try to tie ourselves to a rocket. We try to bust a nut on a cloud with our round robin plays. Uncle Rico, I've just had to rattle off 4 plays in a row, so why don't you take it here?
Yeah, I mean, I hit one on Wednesday, so I don't know how this one's going to do. I took Q's, Iowa, Baylor, Florida State, Oklahoma State, and Clemson all on the money line.
I have 5 teams. I should really start keeping these to 3, but I've got 5 teams in my round robin.
That's what I did Wednesday. That's what I did Wednesday. And Wednesday said I need to start being a little bit more stingy, but it's the weekend.
Yeah. Did you play them all as 2s, or did you get some like 3 buys in there?
I just did 3, so I did play them by 3 and played them by 2s on Wednesday. That was it.
Yeah. Well, I got a round robin here. Clemson. I got them at the 13.5. It's at 12.5 now, so I don't expect to get that 13.5 unless you go with an alternate line. Kansas plus 250 on the money line. Iowa plus 125 on the money line. Arkansas minus 8.5, and Santa Clara plus 170 on the money line. I hadn't really been swinging at the money line on these shows as of late, and I feel like I got a little bit bold here and trying to take a few spicy prices.
Yeah, shoot or shoot, dude. That's what you got to do.
Yeah. I've been dipping my toe. It's time to go all the way in here. Let's see. Old man betting sports says the Vatek and Maryland money line hits with great.
Oh, dude, those are Wednesdays, man. Those are Wednesdays. Inspirational.
I'm interested in this update here. How many LBs you down there, Uncle Rico?
Only 23, dude. Only 23. Did have a little got back in the dating scene last night. So probably up a little bit this morning. Had a half a Reuben and a Miller Lite in the Date from Hell last night.
Nice.
Did you ever watch the show? One of the best TV shows ever was on BET, Hell Date.
No, I didn't.
You never watched Hell Date?
Never watched Hell Date.
So like you would go on a date and like the guy or the girl would just do stuff that was just annoying as fuck to make the date just so possibly dog shit.
Yeah.
And at the end, there'd be a guy dressed up as a devil come out and say, "You're on Hell Date." It was great.
Yeah.
Dude.
Yeah.
Dude.
Do you think you're on a Hell Date and the devil just forgot to show up?
I felt like I was on Hell Date last night.
Nice. All right, guys, that's it for us. That we've Jim ratted it up. Hopefully XFL Jim will be back next week. He's been having to work a lot. We give him some grace for that. That's it, man. What else can we do for you? We've given you picks to get you all the way through the day from 11 a.m. to fucking 9:30 or 10:30 p.m. We've given you our round robins. Uncle Rico, you want to plug anything on our way out?
I'll be live Tuesday night, breaking down Wednesday's college basketball slate. Check that out. Podcast came out yesterday. My boy Brandon and I, we broke down tomorrow's NASCAR race, gave out some winners, so make sure to check that out.
Nice. Well, guys, I don't have anything to shout out because I don't have a show anymore, but I still have this show. That's what counts. Guys, we will see you next time. We love you. One just real quick, we'll affirm that Hell Date was great. All right, that's going to do it for us. We will see you next weekend. Same bat time, same bat channel. We love you. Bye-bye. And since Jim's not here, I'll kiss.